Hi everyone. So basically, Tableau for Tableau, right? So we do have some prerequisite to learn. So firstly, like the importance of the databases. Okay, so we do have databases and data warehouse. So we should know at least the basic concepts of data warehouse. Okay, so what actually data warehouse? What is the difference between database and data warehouse? And the basic SQL. Understand, right? So, and in general, if you have any questions, right, let me know. So we'll go through that. So basic SQL in the sense, if you are expertise in SQL, that will be good. But at least this basic SQL, like understanding the joins, right, writing some filter condition, group by clause, having clause in where condition, we do have some joins and other things. So in general, like for any reporting tool, right? So we should have some basic knowledge on data warehouse and the SQL. Okay. So I'll go through the data warehouse concepts. Like we do have different concepts like OLTP systems versus OLAP systems. That means the differentiation between the database and data warehouse. Okay. And we have, importantly, we do have what is meant by fact and what is meant by dimension, because in general, right, so when we open Tableau, let me connect, so you can connect to different databases. So I'll showcase that. So but Tableau has provided a sample data, which is a sample superstore. You can see here, whenever you're going to install Tableau in your local machine, in your computer, so by default you're going to get a folder called as my Tableau repository. Got it? When you install Tableau in your system, in your computer, you are going to get this particular folder, my Tableau repository. So there are different folders. In that we do have a data sources, and as you can see, there are different folder names, right? The version names. Basically, I have installed all these versions. The few of the Tableau versions have been uninstalled. Currently, I do have 2021.1 and 2021.3. The latest version is 2021.4. I'll come back to the each and every version. The differentiation of those versions, the major differentiation. It's not like every version, but let's say we have 10th version, we have 9th version, we have 2020, 2018, 2019, right? So I'll go through that. Okay. But in general, right, we do have facts, we do have dimension. This is completely comes under data warehouse. Okay. So, and we have a fact table and dimension tables, and importantly we do have a concept called as data modeling. Data modeling concepts like star schema, and snowflake schema. Okay, these two concepts, I mean, the data modeling concept is very important because understanding the data and establishing relationship between those tables, right, that plays a major role, so that we are going to get proper data. We can display proper results in Tableau. Okay, I'll showcase that practically. Okay, so and we have types of facts and types of dimensions. I know you were new to any of the software technologies, but no need to worry about that. That's the reason, as I said, right? So I'm going to teach you the data warehouse, the basics, and I'll compare the SQL and whatever the, let's say we are going to discuss on filters, and we'll compare the filters with the SQL as well, like how it is going to impact. And I'll also showcase the custom SQLs. We can also write manual SQL in Tableau to load the data. Okay. I'll give you some important points about SQL. Understand, right? So this is about the data warehouse. Basically, I'll showcase the importance of Tableau today, kind of advantages and the usage of Tableau, the futures of Tableau. Then based on your timelines, you can plan the sessions, and we'll start data warehouse from scratch. So I just want to showcase like at least a basic thing. So I connected to sample superstore. It's a Microsoft Excel. Okay. As I said, we can connect to a number of databases. I'll go through that. But so we have these tables: orders table, people, and returns. When you drag and drop here, you can see drag tables here. When you drop the table here, so let's wait. It's taking some time, but you can see here, right? So when you drop a table, so basically you can see some sample data here. And I mean, we do call it as metadata, the naming conventions, like, let's move this. So this is the sample data here. Okay. So we'll anyhow, we are going to pull those, we are going to create those reports. So we have like live connection and extract connection. Why do we go for live? Why do we go for extract? Right? We'll discuss in detail. This is very important. Okay. Live data, right? So whatever the data present in the database, it will reflect directly in Tableau. Okay. So we have all these details, like we'll go through each and every concept in Tableau, why we go for extract. Okay. So we'll discuss that later. So in Tableau, basically, like, we have different versions of Tableau. So we have Tableau desktop, Tableau server. Majorly for the development, we are going to work on Tableau desktop, and we have Tableau server. I'll tell you what is the advantage of Tableau server. And we have Tableau online. We have Tableau public. We have Tableau reader. But just remember these two, or at least these three. Anyhow, Tableau public, I'll showcase that. So the importance of Tableau public is we can create our public account, Tableau public account, and we can create some sample visualizations. And this will help us while searching for the jobs. So sometimes they'll ask your Tableau public account if you have created any of the sample dashboards and published. Okay, I'll showcase this. Okay. So we have Tableau desktop, Tableau server, Tableau online. One of the advantage of Tableau online is at least we can create online account for 14 days. So generally Tableau will work for 14 days, the license, right? So it will work for 14 days. And after that, we cannot use Tableau desktop. Even for Tableau server is also 14 days, or even Tableau online is also for 14 days. But I'll come back to this Tableau online. Like, we have a student license. Okay, student license. I'll provide this license. So this will help for 1 year of license. Okay, this will work for 1 year. Understand, right? So basically, when you install Tableau in your computer, this will work for only for 14 days. But whenever you are going to opt for a student license, right, this will work for 1 year. So then we can, like, after 1 year, again, still the same process. We have to get the student license and we'll go for it. So importantly, Tableau is a reporting tool. It's a data visualization tool, right? We can showcase these reports more visually. So whenever you are going to connect to any of the data, you can see, you understand, right? These are the columns, right? Category, city, country, customer name, right? Region, state, and we have some measures, right? Discount, profit, sales, quantity. So in general, prior to like close to like before 10th version, I think, or till 10th version, we have a naming convention actually. So these are dimensions. Okay, we have a proper naming convention called as, like, here this is a dimension, and here are these are measures. Okay, now they have removed this. They have removed the proper naming convention, so that, as I say, right, so we have a fact and dimension. So facts is also called as, like, the aggregatable values of fact is also called as measures. So that is the reason why, like, data warehouse plays a major role. Okay. So if you understand the data warehouse, that makes simple. But see, the advantage of Tableau is there are a lot of concepts, but just connect and you can create your own reports. Let's say I have this region wise, just double click. Okay. I want to see region wise sales, right? And let's say if you want to go for some visualization, let me create a bar graph and let me start here. You can see we do have region wise sales. And if you want to apply color, right, let's say we have 4 regions, central, east, south, and west. And if you want to apply color based on a region, you can simply drag and drop region into this marks card color. Okay. So 1 minute, please. Yeah, sorry. So basically we have a lot of options, but this is one of the options. But let me showcase the advantage of the color condition. Let's say we have subcategory wise profit. So okay, because in profit we have some negative values. Okay, I think the animation is on. So we have animations. It seems this is, so this is off. Why? Because when you create a simple report set, like I'll showcase the difference of animation. So basically we have this subcategory wise profit, and you can see there are few negative values, correct? Sometimes you'll get the requirement like, hey, I want to create a bar graph, like subcategory wise. Not only bar graphs will create multiple visualizations, but the requirement is like I want to create a bar graph and I want to apply a color condition. Okay, I want to apply color condition. So based on the profit value, now you can see whenever the profit value is less than 0, I want to assign red color for these bars. Else, I want to apply green color. That means if it is greater than 0, I need to apply green color. If it is less than 0, I want to apply red in color. Understand, right?
Yeah.
So we have a lot of options like to write a case statements or if conditions. But to write a calculation, right? So there are like you can go back to analysis, create a calculation field, or when you right click on any space, right? Just right click on the space, any of the space, you have a create a calculation field option, or here we have a small drop down, correct? You can also use this, create a calculation field. So now let me write a simple calculation, write a simple if condition. So if we have to use aggregate function, sum of profit, okay? Because we are in the report, right? Whenever you are going to drag and drop profit, right? You can see this is, let me drop this. So anyhow, in the report, we have sum of profit. I mean, we have profit, or let's say whenever I'm going to drag and drop sales, you can see the default aggregation, right? You can see here sum of sales, correct? So the default aggregation is sum. We can change the aggregation. Let's say if you wants to go for average or some other aggregation type, like we can change that. But what I mean to say is, so you have to include in the calculation, you have to include sum because we are using sum of profit in the report, the aggregatable value. So sum of profit greater than or equal to 0, then I want to display green. So we don't have a direct green color code or something like that. Okay. So just type in a text value green, else red, and so this is the if condition, or this is the so color condition. So if he wants to apply, if it is greater than 0, then we are displaying green, else we should display red in color. Okay, let's say some profit indicator. Now what we have to do, you have to drag and drop this profit indicator into this. In the marks card we have color, right? You can drag and drop this into color. So by default we are unable to see green and red color, correct? So we are able to see this is in a blue color, this is in orange, but the naming convention shows green and red. So for the first time, right, so because it's not a color code, we just written a text green and red. By default Tableau assign the automatic color code. You can see the first and second, blue and orange, correct? So what we can do is, this is a one-time assigning, okay? When you double click on green, you can assign a proper green color, whatever the green color you want to pick, you can assign a green, or even you have those color codes, right? When you mouse over, or you can see the HTML code, right? If you have these codes, you can assign straight away. And I want to assign red in color here, okay? So I just assign green and red, click apply, click OK. So in the presentation mode, now you can see, so we are displaying in green color, which is sale profit greater than 0. And wherever you have negative values, it's showing red in color, correct? Clear?
Yeah, this is just an overview, right? We'll go through this again. So I like to write notes.
Yeah, no need to go for notes for now. As I say, this is just
this is just an overview. Okay.
Yes, okay. Yes. So I just want to showcase a calculation how to write multiple, a condition or any case statements. That's the reason I just showed this example. Even we have a lot of options, lots of concepts to go for, importantly parameter with combination of calculation fields. So one of the advantage in Tableau or any of the reporting tools, right, in general, it identifies the geographical data. You can see the globe symbol, or I mean to say the data type. Okay, so when you load the data into Tableau, right, you can see you're getting the globe symbol for city, for country or a region, and you can see state, right? So I mean, this is a date format, right? You can see date data type, ship date, order date, date data type. So this is a string. So default Tableau identifies the data type. Okay, sometimes it might not identify with some of the ID columns, but I'll tell you how to convert into dimension. I'll give a quick example. Okay, let's say we don't have year, right? We don't have year or month fields, right? But we have order date. So whenever the actual data of order date is, you can type in, you can see one of the advantage in Tableau is here rows, right? Double click, you can type in order date, click enter, click double enter, right? So click one more time. So this is the date. In the order date, this is the data. Understand, right? But when you drag and drop, not type in, so or don't type in, okay? When you drag and drop into rows, what will happen? You can see.
Oh.
Okay, it's showing year of order date. Straight away, we are getting year level. Okay, let's say year of order date, I mean year by sales. Now you have this plus symbol. This is a default hierarchy in Tableau. You have this plus symbol. When you click on this plus symbol, default, it is drilling down to the next level, which is the child level, which is quarter level. For year, quarter is a child, right? Now you can see we have quarterly data. Now you have this plus symbol. You can drill down even to the month level. So we have particular year wise, quarter wise, month wise sales. Understand, right? So this will drill down to the day level. So we have a lot of days. Let's go back, but at least. So I mean, we have year of order date, like this is the date function, actually year function, or we have different functions. But default in Tableau, whenever you're going to drag and drop any of the date data type field, okay, if the data type is date, default, this will give you year of order date. But let's say I want to create a separate field called as year. Because we don't have year, you can even search, right? Do we have year field? No. I have order date, but if I want to create year field, Same, again, you have to create a calculation field. We have directly a function called as year, or we have some date part, date name functions to create. But let me use year of order date, simple, the same functionality, year of order date. Basically, year is a dimension, okay? But now you can see when you click on this dimensions, you can see in blue color, right? This is highlighting in blue color, correct?
Yeah.
These are measures in green color, you can see. This is a calculation field, let's put aside. But when you click on year, year is a dimension, okay? That's the reason I'll come back to these concepts. What is meant by fact, what is meant by dimensions, right? We'll go through that. So as I said, year is a dimension, but when I create a calculation field, Tableau identifies that, okay, this is an integer value or some numerical data. And this will, like converted into a measure, right? So you can see this is in a green color. So whenever you're going to drag and drop here, you can see some of you're getting some of here. That is not correct. Okay, Control Z. So simply, if you want to convert it into a dimension, simply you can drag and drop this line. You can see whenever I'm going to drag the above the line, whatever the fields or dimensions. Now you can see the naming convention. So we have these dimensions below measures, right, in between line. So the line above are dimensions, below all are measures. So when I drop here on top of dimensions, now you can see automatically it is converted into blue color. Got it?
Yeah.
So now when you drag and drop here, now you can see it's the same data, 18, 19, 20, and 21. So if we don't have a separate field called as year, but we just created by using some set of function, understand, right? So there are a lot of possibilities, right? Like changing the data types and writing those calculation fields, splitting the data, transformations, right? I'll go through that. So one of the advantage, as I said, is the data type, right? So when you drag and drop, let's say state field, automatically this will create the map sheet actually. So we have a map, we have basically a filled map and the like symbol maps. So by default, it's not showing up because it's pointing to, when you click on this 49 unknown, right? By default, in my particular option, it is selected as a local, the current region. You can see it is pointing to India, but that's not an issue. So from field, we already have this country field, right? When you select from field, just set that from field country. So automatically, this will generate a map view. I can see we have somewhere around 49 states data. And if you want to display the country name or state name, sorry, drag and drop state name into label, you can see. And let's say if you want to display sales information into size, the bubble size, based on the sales value, if you want to showcase the size of the bubble, and even you can increase the size of the bubble. Clear? And let's say if you want to apply the color condition, same thing, like we are using sales, but we already applied a color on top of profit, right? So I mean, I'm going to drop profit indicator into color. So that means because for California, okay, we don't have any profit, but let me drag and drop profit into label. So wherever you have negative values, you can see for Arizona, it's negative, right? So for here, so oh yeah, so right, so these states have some negative profit. The sales is the for sales it is positive. For Texas, you can see the sales is 170,188. The profit is in negative values, minus 25k, correct? So I mean, you can differentiate, even you can go for a filled map, right? So let's say you can drag and drop the state field, as I said, and same 49 unknown, right? So edit location, I'll point to the proper field name. Even you can go through the filled map, right? Then you can drag and drop state. I'll use state into color, different states with different color, and drag and drop state into labels. Understand, right? So anything is fine. So we have a filled map, or you can highlight something like this. Even world map as well. So we have only US data, but in general, I have a COVID-19 data and number of cases, and we can showcase the number of cases based on the bubble, right? So more number of the cases, I want to display the more number of the size of the bubble. Actually created that dashboard as well. I'll showcase, okay? I'll showcase the COVID-19 dashboard with the real-time data. So this is an example. And if you want to display sales in the filler map, right, you can even display. You have a lot of formatting options, okay, no need to worry. So let's say the font, you need to decrease the font, right? So something like that. So you can do that. Clear all? And let's say this is a simple thing, but I just want to highlight. So let's say if you have lot of info, lot of records, right? How many number of records we are displaying here? 1849 rows, you can see. So 1849 records. So click on show me. We have a bubble graph, right? This one bubble graph. This is general, this is a regular or a sample graph. It's not much important, but I just want to highlight one quick point is the faster tooltip in Tableau. So when you mouse over, you can see, or let's say the tooltip, right? Let me highlight the sales information. So whenever you are going to mouse over, you can see you're getting product name and sales information, right? I mean, the faster tooltip, when you move the cursor very fast, even though like if you're moving the cursor very fast, the product name and the sales is capturing very fast. You can see. Understand, right?
Yeah.
Tooltip is very fast. Okay. And on the fly, you can select, you can apply the filter condition. Let's say keep only these products, or let's say I want to select only some set of products. Got it? On the fly, we can apply the filter condition. Clear? So this comes under filter, or let's say if you want to showcase as a quick filter, if you want to select all the products or only few set of products. Got it? So let me apply some color based on some category. So we can create reports, we can create a dashboard. Okay. So let's say I want to create a trend line graph based on some, let's say order date, and we have some sales information. And I'll create a line graph. Okay. Here you can see line graph, and I'll go through the monthly trend line, and I'll use region into color. Okay. You don't worry about these differentiations. I'll come back to this. So we have this monthly, month-wise, region-wise data. Why I just created this. Okay. So to display in the dashboard. So in Tableau, we can create a sheet. This is new worksheet, right? We can create a dashboard. We can create a story. So let's go back to dashboard. Okay. So this is a fixed size. I'll use automatic space, the complete area of this dashboard. So when you create, if you want to create a dashboard, the input is sheets. You have to create some set of sheets, and you can place multiple sheets into dashboard. That's the advantage. Dashboard is like collection of multiple reports or snapshot of data, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'll use this map report. So I just drag and drop state-wise sales and profit. And let's say I'm going to drop this sheet, and I'll use this line graph here. This is also region wise. Okay, this is particular region wise, this is specific region wise, month wise, correct? And let me hide these titles. Okay, even if you don't want to showcase display in the report, like you can hide this for now. Okay, at least for now. And let's say we have another bubble graph as well. Right, so let's display here. Okay. Sorry. So we have some set of information in one of the dashboard. When you go back to presentation mode, this is one dashboard we just built, right? So we are showing some, we have titles, but I just removed some better space, but we are showing some state-wise profit and sales and region-wise monthly sales information. This is particular region-wise sales. This is particular product-wise, right, information. And this is subcategory-wise profit. And we are displaying some, using some color indicator. We are differentiating the color, correct? So why Tableau is more powerful and interactive? It's like, let's say I want to see for particular California, right? When you select California, I want to display the California related information in all other sheets. I mean, I want to create an interactive dashboard. So you have an option. This is a quick option. Okay. We have a lot of options. I mean, in actions, but this, you can see you have an option called as use as filter. So I want to use this particular report as a filter. Go back to presentation mode. Now let's look into this view. And when you select California, let's understand the other sheets. You can see we are getting only one line, trend line across monthly. This is only for California data. Okay, this is also California information. And this all products information comes under California. And this is also for California subcategory wise profit. Clear? So let's say when you select a particular state, Washington, this will give you the information for Washington. I mean, you can also select multiple states. So let's say if you want to select these states here, you can see. So we are getting a couple of lines here, right? And we just selected East and South. So some of the states comes under South and some of the states comes under East here. Okay. So this is more interactive. Understand, right? This is what interactive dashboards. So even we can create sheets, we can create a dashboard, and you can also create a story. So story, it depends. We don't create in general every time the stories, but let me showcase that. What is the advantage of stories? In dashboard, we can use only sheets, but in story, we can use both dashboard and sheet. Let me drag and drop this dashboard, something like a PowerPoint, right? So we can give a caption, we can create multiple story points, okay, and add, let's say, individual sheets. Let me add this sheet again and create a new blank point, and let me add this map view separately, create a new blank point. So I need to provide a title, something like you can switch the tabs, right? Let's say if you have multiple dashboards and the user wants to see one at a time, we can simply click on this first tab. I mean, I need to provide a title, but you can see, right, the boxes. So when you click on the first tab, right, so we are able to see the dashboard in the story. Understand, right? You can navigate, you can switch from one tab to other simply. Got it? So what is meant by story is like collection of sheets or dashboards. It depends on the requirement. So if you get the requirement to create a story, yes, we can add multiple story points. But 90% of the cases we are going to create dashboards. Okay. So we can create multiple sheets. Again, we can place those sheets into dashboards, and we have to do some formatting. Clear all?
Yeah.
It looks simple, but yeah, we have some more complex calculations, parameters. We have a lot of concepts. Okay, so we'll go through individually, like individual concepts. Like first, as I said, like we'll plan data warehouse. Then we are going to jump into Tableau. So it will take like 3 hours of session, data warehouse, and then Tableau. It's, as I said, close to like 30 hours of session. So
Those are how many weeks?
basically, as I said, right, so 30 hours or 30 plus 30, 30, 32. So if we go for 1 hour, daily 1 hour, and at least 5 hours in a week, at least like 6 plus, I mean 6 plus weeks or close to 7 weeks.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, you said 5 hours or 4?
5 hours in a week. Let's say if you're available on Saturday or Sunday, that particular day, right? Let's say Saturday, if we can spend 1.5 hours, even we can manage, yeah, based on your availability. So we can plan accordingly.
I don't know about Susanna, but I'm available.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Saturday, Sunday, I'm also available, sister.
Okay. Yeah, we can be doing that. So we can finish
Yeah,
quick. Yeah.
Yes.
yes, yes. We can just plan the time that works for us, and then we can.
Okay.
So basically, it's like a software. So it's like a software program. So we use all these devices in order to represent the data. Is that right, sir?
Perfect. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So we
So
have
because
data.
like I work in the hospital, so they'll give me the software where I will have to document all my charting and everything else.
That's
So
true.
now they also do the same thing upon like my job. So they just go through like this is this and this is that and that is used for this and this. So it looks kind of that one. Hopefully I will be able to do it.
It looks like it's a data that they give you a data and then you convert it into graphs, right, Ramesh?
Perfect. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it depends on their requirement. We will have to represent it in a different way.
That's true.
Yeah.
Basically, we'll get the requirements, the
Mhm.
requirement
Mhm.
documents, and sometimes they will also showcase the sample visualizations like, hey, wants to create a map or a line graph or a trend lines or something like that. So based on the requirements, we need to gather those. We need to get the information of the database. Like anyhow, we'll connect to the database and pull those required tables into Tableau, and based on the columns which require, right, the required columns, we're going to use that in the sheets or reports.
Okay. So after we are done making all these graphs and everything, are we going to send them in their own format, or we are going
No,
to?
basically we have this Tableau server, as I said, right? So we need to
Okay.
connect to the server, and we are
Okay.
going to publish the workbook into Tableau server, and we'll share the Tableau server links. So we
Okay.
usually, like, right, so it will resides in the server, and we'll share those links. They'll simply click on the link to open these dashboards daily on a daily basis.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Gotcha, sir.